Hello, Leo. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. Thank you so much for letting me read for you today. If Leo is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there is anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Leo, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And hot dog, look at that, 9 of Pentacles. You, I think, are going to start seeing a lot of progress in whatever you're working on right now. The 9 of Pentacles is a card called gain, right? And to me, it always makes me feel like we're finally seeing like some improvement in things. We're finally seeing like some actual gains, like I think of somebody going to the gym, and you've been working out for days and days and days and months and years maybe. And now we're finally starting to notice. We're finally starting to, to be able to objectively say, yeah, my health is so much better than it was, or my finances are so much better than it was, or the project that I'm involved with, the progress we're making, it's so noticeable now, I think that you've been working very hard for a long time. I think you're going to start really seeing, and you have to look for it, because sometimes the gains aren't really so obvious unless we compare them with how things were a long time ago. Like at the gym, on a day-to-day, you may not really recognize the progress you're making. But if you think back to where you were 6 months ago, oh yeah, big difference, right? Huge difference. So this is about the measurable progress. Right? The visible signs of progress. Start looking for those. If you're succeeding in this, if things are improving, whether this is a work thing, a financial thing, a career thing, whether it's a spiritual thing, maybe it's relationship stuff, maybe it is your creative work, maybe it's friendships or family relationships. What would it take for you what would you have to see in order to say, yeah, things are getting better? What are the things that you're looking for as visible signs of progress? Okay. And Spirit's telling me that it is a financial thing in some way. The money's coming. That's what I'm hearing. The money's coming in. Okay. I think you're somebody who takes very good care of your resources. You know how to wisely use your resources. Let's say you've got $100, you know how to sort of divide it up into different things, different areas of your life in order for it to sort of make the most difference. You also know how to make your resources work for you. Like you're probably good at investing. You're probably good at picking the winner, I'm not advocating gambling or anything, but I feel like you know what things to invest in. You know what people to invest your time. This isn't just money. This is resources of all kinds, time, space, right? Energy. I think all of your efforts are starting to pay off, and your horse is coming in, I think is the way they phrase that, right? Let's put this card into some context. Let's see what's going on here. We're going to do our Dove and Serpent spread. Well, we've got the very strong Emperor energy on top of that, which is very good. We've got the Eon card. Wow, okay. Prince of Wands. That is one of your superpower cards. This is actually your superhero card, right? This is your superpower in action. It's the Prince of Wands. It's the energy that represents the fixed fire energy of the Leo sign, okay? So that's very, very good. And we've got, 9 of Swords up top. That's okay. We'll deal with that. Yeah, but see the Ace of Swords going forward. I think maybe right now you're battling the mind, right? The 9 of Swords. It's 9 of Pentacles, 9 of Swords. This is the progress as we're thinking about it. This is the progress that we actually see in front of us. So it might be a situation where this progress is there, but the mind is sort of not ready to believe it, not ready to accept it, or, there's something else going on where we sort of feel that, it's like looking for the needle in the haystack. You're trying to find those visible signs of success. You're trying to convince yourself that, hey, things are working, things are going in the right direction, but we can't help this feeling that, it's a disaster, that I'm failing, and I think that's kind of a Leo thing, right? It's a lot of other signs too, but I think primarily it can happen with a Leo sign where you're doing absolutely wonderful work. You're absolutely succeeding in what you're doing, but you're very hard on yourself. Yeah. Let's keep going. Let's do the rest of our cards here. Path of the Serpent, a 6 of Pentacles. Come on. And 8 of Pentacles, that's very important too. 3 of Cups and the Temperance card. Yes, the Temperance card I think is very important too. I like that we have, both of these cards, the 8 of Pentacles, prudence, and of course the Temperance card, it's sort of a prudent card as well, right? So it's, I think this is really about the management of your resources. I think you're really coming into a lot of success now. If this is your business, it's going to take off. If this is your investments, they're going to be returning to you big time, okay? I think that this is, just by looking at it, this is an overview here. It's a lot of success. I think it's a lot of fire and a lot of earth. And I think it really is indicating the profitable nature of whatever you're doing right now, but we've got to be able to accept it. We don't want to let our self-doubt, our pessimism, our insecurity, our doubt sort of get in the way of this, because this is going to be the most profitable thing you've ever done. This is going to be the most successful you've by the numbers you've ever been. Even though with that 9 of Swords, you're sort of being too hard on yourself, and we don't want to do that, because what the 9 of Swords can do is absolutely ruin this. And we don't want to do that. Okay, so I think it's very good we get the Ace of Swords in the future position, because it's saying that you're accepting the truth, and the truth is that you're going to be very successful. Okay, we're going to select our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor, infinite and unknown. We're going to set it down right here and put Jimbo, the Lizard King, aka Mr. Lizard, right there on top. Don't forget, Leo, you are magic. All right. Now, we're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together. It will give us the confirmation that we need. If you have a prediction for that card, please put it in the comments down below. We'll do it together as a group exercise of intuition. Yeah, it'll be fun. Also, thank you everybody who sent me the well wishes. I was ill the last couple of days. Feeling much better now. Still got a little chest stuff going on, but feeling like my old self again. So I appreciate all the prayers and the well wishes. Okay, let's look around the room here. Major, major, major. We got 3 of them. 3 is a good number. We got the Emperor, which is really your ambition, your control, your discipline, your authority, your leadership. And I think the leadership is very important to you right now. It's very crucial that you stay on top of this and you stay, as a very strong leader, because this is necessary for the success here. It can't succeed without you. Okay. We see the Eon card underneath everything, and it's contrasted with the 9 of Swords. And so with the Eon card, this is the Judgment card, rebirth, reawakening, the baptism by fire. And it's down here within you. I think you know that you're just about to level up in whatever this project is. Now, maybe you're retired. Maybe this is something at the community center or with the neighborhood or the maybe you're in some sort of, I don't know if you're in politics, you're in business, you're in whatever you're doing. Maybe you volunteer. It doesn't have to be career, okay? Maybe you're in school. It doesn't matter how old you are. That's the point. When I say work, when I say, your project or what you're doing, it's really like, it's whatever you're burning calories doing every day. Maybe it is the gym. Maybe this is more something around the house, building a house, or maybe it is something financial. Maybe you're doing the stock market, or maybe you're investing. Maybe you're an entrepreneur. All these different things. So it doesn't matter, is my point. But with the Eon card, I feel like you know deep within you, in your spirit, that this is going to change everything. And maybe that's a reason for the Nine of Swords, that we just like, when we're on the cusp, this is a divine doorway in front of you. When you're on the cusp of this really big change in your life, this really big, significant transition from not success to extraordinary success, when this, like that big win finally happens, you know, when you cross that threshold of like success, you know, whatever that means to you, I think you tend to start wondering if you're capable, if you deserve it, if it's real. Like we have all these Nine of Swords sort of doubts coming in. And we got to do something about that, okay? Because that's going to kill the vibe here. All right? This is the card that shouldn't be here, but it is. And that's okay. And we need to deal with that, because that's going to prevent you from, if not prevent you from achieving the success, it's going to prevent you from enjoying it, or feeling like you deserve it, and really letting yourself enjoy it and feel it, and immerse yourself in that glory, right? And then we've got the Temperance card at the end too, because on the other hand, we don't want to be overconfident. So this is the path between two extremes, right? Of being so confident. You do have the Leo and the Aries energy, right? Being so confident that you overlook things, that you make these little mistakes because you're just not paying attention, because you're in that sort of proud energy, right? Between that and then, of course, doubting ourselves so much that we're not even trying, having so little confidence that we're not even putting forth the right kind of effort, okay? And so it's very important that we maintain this balance. But this card's also something else, because that's a Sagittarius energy. So we have all the fire represented here. We have Aries, cardinal fire, Leo, of course, the fixed fire, and we have Sagittarius, the mutable fire. We have all three modalities of fire: the beginning, the middle, and the end of the project, right? And what I'm seeing here, just as a little side sort of note, is that your energy right now is the same enthusiasm, the same effort as when you first started this, okay? And so there is a need for you to kind of go into the fixed fire mode, and to realize that that you're not just a novice, that you're not just a beginner at this, that you've been doing it for a long time, and to have that confidence that that you've already learned a lot, that you already know more or less what you're doing, right? So the Aries energy, as the cardinal fire, we're using the same tools now as when we first started, and I think that we need to shift into a different skill set. In other words, right? It's not the same. It's not the same reality as when you first started, and I think that's why we've got the because I would imagine, cardinal would be here, fixed would be here, mutable would be at the end, but these two are reversed, right? So I would expect you now to sort of switch into a different skill set, and of course with the mutable fire at the end. There's going to be a requirement for you to really finish out the energy, to close the thing down, whatever that means. Because the mutable, it's an arc, okay? You got the cardinal at the beginning, the fixed in the middle, and then mutable, it's going down, okay? So we have to be able to take this thing into its sort of home stretch and really seal the deal, whatever it is, all right? So I think that's an important sort of story arc for you, right? And on top of that, we've got fire. We've got water. We've got our air. And I'm thankful that we have both of these air cards. And of course, we have our earth, and earth cards, right? And really, we have a lot of fire and a lot of earth. This is fire, 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 fire. This is earth, earth, earth. And, and then we've got a little bit of the water in the air. So with the Emperor energy, yeah, you've got to make sure that you take charge of this, that you are the leader. It doesn't require, and I don't know how else to explain this, it doesn't require the same skills now as it did at the very beginning. Okay? So you have to realize that you're not just the novice or the beginner, that things have sort of progressed already, and I don't know if it's like a maturity kind of thing, or it's just, I feel like somebody at the very beginning is just very like bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, very eager, seems a little bit, wet behind the ears, right, with the cardinal energy. The longer you sort of do something, you get into a groove, you mature, you come into your confidence, that says, I've been here for a long time, I'm seasoned now, right? Your seasoned energy. And I think that's what we have behind us with the Leo energy. And so I kind of feel that this is a little bit switched around. You know what I mean? But having the fixed energy behind you, I think, well, let's look at it this way. And I don't want to harp too long on the modalities, but it could be that when you started this project, you had the energy of somebody that already knew what they were doing. But now, I think, with that air energy, if we take these into contact, if we put these together with the swords, right? I feel like when you started this, you had this aura about you that you were already seasoned, that you already knew what you were doing, But I think the Nine of Swords maybe is talking about some kind of criticism that came in. Or if there were some disagreements that led to some self-doubt, if there was something going on there. There was either, some mistakes that were made, or I'm feeling like it's some harsh criticism coming in from someone. There was something else that kind of happened in your environment that made these 9 swords rather obvious to you. And maybe that sort of impacted your confidence a little bit. And so maybe it is wise that we have the Emperor energy in the very center here. Because now it's time to go back to that sort of beginning energy and realize, okay, I don't know everything. But I'm here, I'm eager, I'm going to take this as constructive criticism. Right? I think the Nine of Swords in the Prince of Wands sort of was a blow to the ego. But the Emperor is saying, okay, I can use this to improve. I can use this to sort of enhance my skills and grow in my abilities, right? So I think there was something that sort of, it was kind of a blow, right? I don't want to say it hurt your feelings, but maybe, right? Maybe that's kind of what it is. It seems like it was a little bit of a blow to your confidence, right? But if we look at that in the right way, right? If you were hurt by some harsh criticism, if there was some disagreements, use those constructively, and that would be the Ace of Swords in the future position. Using these as a way to gain wisdom, not as something that's going to just be sort of detrimental. Okay. And it's hard when someone's telling us that we did something wrong. A lot of us don't want to hear it, and we just say no, no, I didn't. That wasn't me. It takes a very strong person to listen and say, yeah, okay, you know what, you're right, I did. In my haste, perhaps, or in my hubris, in my pride, I made some mistakes. And now with the Ace of Swords, I'm going to learn from those mistakes. And, this is the best choice you could make, right? Because that's going to lead us all the way over to the path of the serpent and the 6 of Pentacles. But we'll talk quickly about the Eon card under. This is the doorway, okay? Now, because that's a divine doorway, we're going to do one of our doorway oracle cards. Because I'm curious, I don't know much about this or what the project is or what the future is going to be like, but the success of this work, project, whatever you're doing, is putting you on a whole different timeline. Okay, this is like a big deal. Yeah. And I don't know what it is, but we're going to do a divine doorway to get a little encouragement, I think, here. Destiny. One door closes, another opens for you. Let the plans of destiny unravel true. pass this card on, it says. I like that because this is the doorway. This is that divine doorway. And to go through this doorway means we're closing the door. It means that you're saying goodbye to a previous chapter of your life. A previous universe, a previous era of your life is over. Okay? So this is a big deal. And I think it is part of your destiny. I think you know that. I think the Nine of Swords, was a little bit of a blow to your confidence, but I see that you're doing it the right way. You're using it constructively, and that is right on. Let's do a Language of Flowers affirmation card for our Nine of Swords. Get a little encouragement there, and then we'll talk about the path of the serpent. The Zinnia, absence. What is not here is the key. Okay? What is absent is what you need to really pay attention to. So I feel like this was, I think we're onto something here when we say that was some sort of criticism, right? Because it's kind of like, to me, it feels like there's something you should have seen, but you didn't, right? Or there was something that sort of slipped by you because you were just like, you were in your Leo pride, that fixed fire energy. And maybe you let something go by. It was the quality issue, a QA type of thing. You let something get by that you should have caught. Okay? I think maybe that's what happened there. But we're using it as a learning experience. And we're not, it doesn't, it's not a judgment of you, of your worth. It's not a judgment of your capabilities. Everybody makes mistakes, right? Now, the problem is, how did the other party deal with it? Were they too harsh? Did they come at you the wrong way? Like, that's going to cause some issues for you too. Okay. Try not to take it personally. Try to see the wisdom in the information itself, despite how inconsiderate the messenger may have been. Okay. Not me, but the other people, right? That criticized you or whatever that was. Called you out on that thing. We're using it as a learning experience. Now we're going to talk about the path of the serpent. And as we do this, I would like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, Leo, please do. It's totally free. It doesn't cost anything, and it supports the channel, so it is win-win. We're going to do Six of Pentacles now. Six of Pentacles is everybody in the team cooperating. I don't know how much of a team this really is, or if it's just kind of one other person, and maybe there isn't even another person that sort of criticized you. Maybe it's your awareness that you made a mistake, and then eventually, it sort of was obvious that you made a mistake. It's like you're filling out a piece of paper and you put the wrong number on it or something, or your math was a little wrong or whatever, and then you send it in and they're going to send it back and say, what are you doing? This isn't right. So it might not necessarily be a specific person, but there was something that brought it to your attention that you messed up on something, right? And that's okay. But the Six now, I think, is everything being in harmony. The Six of Pentacles is like the best day we've ever had. It's the day where everything seems to be going our way. It's the day we hit all the green lights. It's the day that, everything everything just runs smoothly. All of our interactions are harmonious, that we just seem to resonate with everybody, that we walk outside and the birds come and greet us, and the neighborhood cats or whatever just are there to walk with you to your car, and it feels like a dream almost, but everything sort of goes smoothly. Yeah. And this is your general energy, because I feel like there is a confidence here. Right? There is the awareness that you're bringing something really, really special into the world here. If you are part of a team, this is your knowledge and awareness that you're bringing something very valuable to the team. That you're part of a dream team here, if you will. I think this is also the just sort of waking up in the day, in the morning, and maybe in the afternoon, I don't know, and just remembering who you are. Oh yeah, I'm Leo, that you wake up and you have this aura of success around you, and that you're confident to go out and create another successful day. and overcome any challenges that may present themselves. Now, the 6 is always a reharmonization from a 5. Now, you didn't have a 5, right? But you had a 9. And the 9 is even worse than a 5, right? The 9 is a 5 that really we take personally, okay? So this is the recovery from that. So this is really awesome, because this is saying that you went through this difficult period where whatever this mistake thing was, and it actually is, it's making you more confident, right? But in a humble way, okay? And I know that's where we get the temperance card from. But anyway, very successful, okay? And what is making you successful is your ability to learn from, not only from mistakes, but just to continue to learn and always have that energy about you. And that's really the Emperor energy in this case, is that fresh cardinal fire energy that says, I'm always eager to learn. I'm a fellow sufferer here in the world. I don't know everything. I'm here to learn and grow with the rest of you, you know. And so there really is this eager sort of this eager energy. And it's what's leading you to your great success, okay? Now, the 8 of Pentacles in the environment, of course, is the message, pay attention to the details, right? You don't want to get any 5s or 9s going on, right? There probably will be more eventually. There always are, but we're going to pay attention to the details here. And the 8 of Pentacles is that sort of prudence. It is the sort of checking things twice, going slow enough that you don't, transpose any numbers or, switch anything around or, forget to sign the bottom of the form or something like that, right? And it might even be silly mistakes, like, you didn't realize that you were out of gas and now you're on the side of the road and you got to call somebody, you got to push the car, and it's just like, those are things we can avoid by paying more attention, The 8 of Pentacles is also talking about how you're going to preserve this wealth or the success of this. If it's a business, how are you going to keep it going? If this is a financial windfall, right? How are you going to reinvest that money so that it can work for you and it can keep growing and keep building, right? We want this to not just be a one and done kind of thing. That the success now is not. It's not just. We don't want it to be a temporary state. Okay, we want to create a system. We want to create something that's going to be sort of perpetual motion. It's an 8, right? It's the sort of cycle that loops back in on itself. And so we want money to go in, money to go out and come in, and go out and come in. We want this. We want things to flow. We want that. Well, it's the figure 8, or on the side, it's the infinity symbol, right? The lemniscate. We want something that's sort of perpetual. We know that we continue to put our energy into it, and that keeps the cycle going, So it really is about not so much the preservation of your wealth or of your success, but really what do you need to do to nurture it, to make it grow, right? If this is that garden tree, you need the right water, sunlight, soil, time, patience, attention to detail, so you can see, well, am I watering it too much or too little, or, so that it can grow and continue to bear fruit. Yeah. The 3 of Cups in the difficult position. I think it is difficult for you to allow yourself to sort of feel the joy. Yeah. I don't know why I'm getting the feeling that you have a lawyer in your family, or there's some kind of legal thing that's part of this, right? I'm getting that sort of a legal feeling here. And I don't know how that plays into anything. But that might be a component of what you're doing or what you're trying to do or what your project or your work is, okay? I also feel that you do work with your hands. Maybe you're an inventor. Maybe you're trying to patent something. I'm not really sure. Maybe you're a performer and it's about contracts or something like this. But the 3 of Cups as your obstacle, right? The 3 of Cups is all about abundance, celebration, yeah. About bonding with your friends and family and coworkers, and it's sort of the difficult thing. You think of like you think of a very hardworking boss, a manager or an owner of a company who's very serious, very disciplined, very hardworking. Not really the person you would expect to sort of go and have drinks with everybody after work. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like you got to learn to let loose a little bit. And I think that it's going to help you to really connect with the other people in your life and to connect with the success that you're creating, right? You've got to learn to take some time to enjoy the success, okay? Because I feel like you're just someone who's going to be just working 24/7, always focused on the project or the work or the effort, whatever you're doing. Right? Doesn't matter if you're retired or whatever. Whatever you're doing, I feel like you're putting all your energy into it. Are you taking some time to enjoy the fruits of your labor? Okay. Very important for you. It's important not only for your well-being mentally, but physically too. Okay. I'm getting the impression that you have sort of, not like any kind of illness or anything, but you have like a sensitive constitution. Maybe your digestion is sort of sensitive. Maybe, I don't know if maybe you get sick easily, like that sort of thing. I feel like stress really does it for you. Too much stress and not enough, all work, no play, Jack's a dull boy, right? I think that you've got to learn to unwind and care for yourself and relax and sort of de-stress in order to be able to continue functioning in this environment that you're in, okay? And that's another aspect of the art or temperance card too. Tempering ourself, tempering our appetites. Don't work too hard, don't work too little, right? That's what all the yogis have always said throughout history. You don't want to meditate too much. You don't want to meditate too little. You don't want to work too much or work too little. You don't want to eat too much or eat too little. It's just a nice balance where things are calm and things are not stressed out. You eat too much, you're stressed. You eat too little, you're stressed, right? Your body is stressed, your mind. So it really is about maintaining a sort of homeostasis in your being, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, okay? Maybe you're someone who is sort of prone to extremes, that you will just 24/7, 365, burning the candle at both ends, workaholic kind of energy. We got to pull that back and go relax on the weekends. Take care of yourself and, make sure, especially with the Eight of Pentacles, make sure that you're focusing on a healthy diet and, exercise according to your doctor's orders, that sort of thing. Some intentional movement, and, trying to really preserve yourself, so that you can enjoy this for as long as possible. Because this is huge. This is a big level. And sometimes when we go through this doorway, well, you're going to want to work even harder. It's going to be even more important that you take care of your physical body, especially, right? Because this is a leveling up. This is a new universe. And I think you're going to have this sort of refreshed emperor energy that's going to be very eager to put in all the work again to continue this. You've got to be able to, to take care of yourself. Let's look at the mystery card. There's only one thing. It's got to be the Wheel of Fortune, right? It's got to be. All the earth energy that we see here, I think that's, maybe a 10 of Pentacles, but I'm feeling that Jupiter, and I'm feeling like this is really just like the jackpot. This is insane luck for you. But it's not really luck, right? Because it's not that you just were sitting around and then, oh, it's here. No, you've put in the work. And I think that the Wheel of Fortune would show that it's time now for you to reap the rewards. That all that work now is paying off, right? The Wheel of Fortune, if it is the Wheel of Fortune, that's Spirit's wristwatch, right? That's the cosmic timepiece. And it says, you put in the work, it's time for your reward now, right? That's what I'm hoping for. You put your prediction in the comments down below. Let's see. Oh my God, yeah. Wheel of Fortune. Yes, because I feel that this is this is something that you've been putting in that work for so long, and maybe the Nine of Swords starting to wear on you a little bit, kind of thinking like I'm making mistakes, and I'm maybe physically not feeling the best, and it's just like you don't know how much longer you can continue putting in 110,000% effort, right? Spirit's saying it's time now for everything to come back. It's time for you to get the success, the breakthrough success. It feels like that lucky break. You've been putting in all of this consistent work, and it's paying off. Wonderful success. This is all about expansion. This is all about growth, right? If this is a business, it's getting bigger. It's doubling in size. Your customers, the revenue or whatever, it's just going to expand and grow and grow and grow. And we've got to be aware of the growing pains. We have to be able to take it slow and pay attention, especially if things start growing really fast. You don't want it to get out of control, right? You want to make sure that you can continue this, again, perpetual motion, right? Beautiful, absolutely wonderful. We're going to do an extended reading. If you want to stick around, there's a link up top. There's one down below. New readings for Leo, Tuesdays and Saturdays. Be sure to watch both readings. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It's totally free. Leave a comment. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.